Hi, I'm Brett Barry, the host of Soundbeat. Every episode features a recording from Belfer Audio Archive, one of the largest sound archives in the country. We add in a related storyline, whether it be about the performers, the songs, or something else entirely. From vaudeville to vinyl, you'll hear it all on Soundbeat. Soundbeat is produced at the Belfer Audio Archive, Syracuse University Libraries.
KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, here to meet your urgent and emergent medical needs, whether they are COVID-19 related or not. Medical emergencies happen when you least expect them, whether it's a stroke, heart attack, illness, or injury. San Juan Regional Medical Center's caregivers are here to provide care to you and your loved ones. Find out more online at sanjuanregional.com. "12 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Thursday morning, August the 27th. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Micklin, and thank you for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, 103.3 FM if you're listening in the Durango area, and of course, streaming everywhere from our website. That's ksje.com. Also, welcome to our viewers. This is a visual radio program, so I'm glad that you've joined us on our Facebook page or the KSJE channel on YouTube. Thanks for being here. Coming up in the next few moments, my guest today from the San Juan County Partnership, Renea Begay, is here to talk a little bit about a new grant that the partnership has been awarded that's going to be helping the community in a number of ways. So I'll be talking with her in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then next hour, it's our local information program for the community about COVID-19, the coronavirus. Today, the guests on the program include Jamie Church from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce, talking about the amended public health orders that are expected to be announced later on this afternoon by the governor. That will be changing how restaurants can offer indoor dining, also how many folks can gather at places of worship. That's coming up today, of course, at 9 a.m. live on YouTube and Facebook. We'll also be talking with Dr. Aaron Philpott, a hospitalist at San Juan Regional Medical Center, about some of the new treatments we are hearing about for coronavirus and much, much more. You can watch, of course, live on YouTube and Facebook today at 9, or listen to our rebroadcast on the radio this afternoon at 5:06 on KSJE and, of course, ksje.com. On the radio at 9 this morning, it's our local classical music program, Roving with the Arts, and Mick Hess is going to take us roving, of course. Today, Mick is featuring music from the great Mozart. That's coming up this morning at 9:06 on KSJE. Of course, you can connect with us on Twitter and on Instagram, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. So we hope you'll do that as well if those are your social media of choice. And let's talk about the weather for a moment. It's going to be mostly sunny again for much of the day for the next several days, but still that increasing cloud pattern in the late afternoon with a chance of a scattered shower or thunderstorm. That's really in the weather picture for the next several days. 94 degrees for the high today, 65 overnight. A little cooler tomorrow with a high of 92 on Friday. Cooler yet for the weekend with a high of 88 on Saturday, 87 for a high on Sunday and Monday, and maybe 85 for a high on Tuesday. Overnight lows in the mid to lower 60s down into the mid 50s by Tuesday night. Well, let me turn to my guest who is here with me this morning from the San Juan County Partnership. Renea Begay is here once again. Good morning and welcome back to KSJE.
Good morning.
Good to have you here. And we were talking before we came on the air a little bit about this new grant that the partnership has been awarded, and you are kind of the project director for that grant. So talk to me a little bit about it. What is it all about, and what's it called?
So our new grant, we were awarded last year in September, so this is our first year that we're ending, and we're starting our second year of this 5-year grant, and we'll be ending in the year of 2024. And our grant is the grant name is Strategic Prevention Framework Partnership for Success. And we are wanting to prevent first use and reduce alcohol and marijuana usage among youth between the ages of 9 to 20 years old.
Okay. That sounds like a great goal,
Yes.
right, to do this. And so, of course, the grant was awarded to the partnership, and so you're kind of helping to coordinate that. And then there's 3 different components, correct?
Yes, there are. The very first component of the grant is the coalition, and that's Partners for Success Coalition. And we meet monthly, every second Thursday of the month from 3:30 to 5 p.m. And anybody and everybody is encouraged to join because we want to hear your voice, we want to hear your concerns, and we also want to share with the youth as well. We want to get more youth involvement since we're aiming at the ages of 9 to 20 years old. And our youth have a voice in the community, and we want to strengthen those voices for themselves when they get older and encourage a lot of those social skills that they'll need in their life as well.
Right. And so that is one of the ways that you've been kind of, or will be kind of spreading the word about what's going on with this grant opportunity, correct?
Yes.
With this coalition. And so, again, it's open to everybody.
It's open to everybody. So you're more than welcome to get a hold of me so I can put you on the email listing, give you a call, a reminder calls so you can attend the meetings. Also, the meetings, we're also wanting to focus on having the coalition members ask for trainings and provide those trainings for them. And we're updating our resource directory for the whole community of San Juan County also. So if you would like to be in the resource directory, you're more than welcome to give me a call or email me, and then we can add you into that resource directory.
And the resource directory is trying to then talk about which types of resources, all community resources or specific?
All community resources.
I see.
So that would be for everybody. So it'd be housing issues, if they have services that provide free services for families, child care, just a whole gamut of stuff that's in there, health services. So we're really wanting to focus on that group that is needing those assistance. Maybe they are new people moving to Farmington. They want to know more about Farmington. And that's a great location for some of them to look at as a resource directory.
Right. And so you mentioned folks can email you or call you. What would be the best number to call?
The phone number to call me is 505-566-5872.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And your email address?
My email address is Begay, Begayr @sjcpartnership.org. I know that's pretty long.
There you go. That's okay. I'll have you repeat that at the end of the show,
okay.
So we can do that. But
okay.
But that's great. So that's one of the things that you're working on with this new grant. The other component is strengthening families component, and that's important as well. We hear a lot about the importance of family and how that can really help in a lot of different socioeconomic areas. And so,
yes.
What does the grant hope to do with that?
So the grant we're wanting to start on September 7th, the week of September 7th after Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
The families that we're wanting to work with will be 3 or 4 families. We have one family that has already filled out the paperwork to fill out.
They're ready to go.
They're ready to go.
Okay.
It's not a lot of paperwork. It's just one sheet. We're just wanting information on the family and the child that will be involved with it. And we're really wanting to cater for families, for parents and youth from ages 10 to 14 years old. And this is all San Juan County wide. And this is very first time we're doing this virtual.
Right.
So we won't be face to face in the same area. It'll be virtual. It'll be from the comfort of your home. Mm-hmm. So we'll be doing that, and we're excited actually.
And so you're still looking for more families to?
Yeah, we're looking for 3 more families.
Okay, you've got the one ready to go, but you need 3 more.
3 more families.
So they can contact you again to get the paperwork, the
yes.
1-page form to fill out.
Yes.
and get the ball rolling, perhaps,
yes.
right? But you want that family that has that maybe teenager, teen in the family. That's the kind of the
10
target
14, yes.
age group that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Got
and
it.
we're just asking if the home will have internet access.
Sure.
If they have video conference capability, Zoom, laptop, and tablets, and even their phone.
Right.
Also, we'll have incentives for the families, and we're wanting to get community donations from different organizations also to help give incentives for the families to be involved for the 7 weeks. So there's a component to it. There's a youth session, which is only the youth itself, and then the parent session, the parent itself. and or a guardian. And then at the very end, we have a family session. So those two families will merge together and we'll have one session together.
I see.
And it's all virtual. So I'm excited about it. So I would say the sessions, because it's virtual, it's different. It'll probably be an hour and a half each for each session. So.
And this, of course, is free for families to take part in, right?
Yes,
There's no
it's
cost to the families. And the idea over these 7 weeks is what? To help them with maybe issues that they're dealing with as a family, or what's the plan?
So some of the risk factors that we're wanting, like negative or peer influence, we're wanting to avoid that. Poor school performance, poor relationship with parents. This would be very good for us to create that dynamic between the families to create a better family. Aggressive or withdrawn behaviors in a child. And we're wanting to use those risk factors to become protective factors for the families. So we're wanting to create a positive future orientation for the families, peer pressure resistant skills, pro-social peer relationships between the family and schools, positive management of emotions, and then also having empathy for parents. Because what we're finding is that youth don't understand that parents do have stress as well as the youth.
Right.
And some parents don't share that. Some parents do share that. And this will really open those gates in the home to communicate with one another.
I see.
So there's an understanding of what is happening in the families. What could be a good family.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that the family that you're looking for is a 2-parent family with a child between the ages of maybe 10 and 14. Can there be other children in the family too of a different age, or even the same age? Is that?
Yes, in that same area. It doesn't have to be 2-parent family. It could be a single parent family. It could be a guardian, a grandparent raising the child. We've even had from a different cohort in a different state would have a parent who lives in a different home and then a child who lives in a different home. So the dynamics for just being virtual makes this a whole different dynamic to be really creative,
right? To
really empower strengthening families.
And we know that families come in all shapes and sizes, and so this sounds like you could accommodate all of that, right? If they apply, and then you only have the 3 spots, so it really is going to take just who can apply and then who can be part of this program. And so you mentioned that it's meeting weekly.
It'll be meeting weekly
for 7 weeks.
For 7 weeks. And if they have younger kids, we also have incentives, so the child is not interrupting in the background,
Okay.
So we'll have activities for the child to do during the sessions. So
for the other kids.
For the other kids.
The younger
also.
kids, perhaps. So
we'll provide that.
Again, free, right? All part
free.
of the grant that
All part of the grant.
is coming in. And at the end of the 7 weeks, what's the goal for the family? You mentioned a little bit what you hope that maybe the kids learn and the parents learn or the adults learn, but what's kind of the idea at the end of these 7 weeks, that they have a better family unit?
Yes, we're wanting to create a better family unit, and there'll also be a graduation. So if there's school or if they're a probation officer and they're needing to fulfill some of those things, this would be a great program to fulfill those.
Right.
And so graduation, and then we'll celebrate together, and we'll probably provide a meal for them or something great for them. Because 7 weeks is a long time
to celebrate the completion, right?
Completion, yeah,
exactly.
And I know we'll see a difference from the beginning to the ending. I've seen it in different programs, and it's great.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it.
And you mentioned that education is a component of this, and so the idea too is to help the child and the family with their maybe schoolwork, or help them do better in school. Not necessarily going to help them with their schoolwork, but maybe help them do better and have better learning skills over these 7 weeks.
Learning skills, social skills, not to be so shy, being able to be outspoken.
Right. And of course, everything's different this year because we're all going to school online, and so maybe we're not socializing as much as we would like to be doing. And so does this kind of take that into account as well, that kids can still be social in a safe way?
Yes, they can be still social in a safe way with their own peers, their own age. And that's the reason there's a parent session and the youth session. So there's different sessions. And we do ask for the parents not to be involved with the youth session, so the youth will be able to really talk about what is bothering them, what is happening, and then we're able to help them work through that as well.
I see. So it's different. It's different separate sessions with the parents and the youth, the child and the family. That's great. So once this session is over, 7 weeks later, is there going to be another group? Are you going to look for more families then as this grant moves forward?
We're wanting to start one in January again.
Okay.
So after everything changes again, after they come back from Christmas break, and then we'll probably start that next session the week of January 25th.
I see.
So
still with about 4 families or so? Is that kind of the...
Well, yeah, we can do 4 or 5 families. We'll see how the first cohort comes out first. But I think we'll be successful. I know we will be successful. So.
And again, you're looking for families from throughout San Juan County, so it can be anywhere that can take part in this. And of course, you're meeting virtually, so if you've got internet and a smartphone, you can probably be good to go with this whole thing.
And the day of or the day before, we'll also drop off everything. Supplies, the
materials,
they need, materials, scissors, glue, and we're not going to ask for them back. They're yours to keep. So that would also be another bonus to have extra supplies for school.
Very true.
Yes,
that's true. Yeah. And so that's another component of this grant. And then the third component is, and I know that's being kind of handled by another person over at the San Juan County Partnership, but we can talk a little bit about it, right? And that is more of a marketing
So this one's more
component.
of a marketing. So this one will be the social marketing media, and this will be positive messages throughout San Juan County. We have 3 billboards up right now, and the billboards, they're really tailored to this age group also, and the area that we're focusing also is underage drinking and alcohol. Alcohol and then marijuana usage also. So right now we do have them on Facebook. We have them on the billboards, and we're planning on having them on the radio stations also. So there'll be positive scripts, and positive information going on throughout the community also.
Very good.
This will be coming from the Youth Risk Resiliency Survey and the Community Care Survey.
Right. So, and I've heard, it sounds similar to maybe the positive norms marketing that we've heard about, right? Is that similar to what you're talking about?
Very similar to that, yes.
Because a lot of these messages are, and it's usually surprising to me that the partnership pulls this data from those surveys and says something like, 90% of kids in San Juan County don't smoke marijuana or whatever the case may be, or don't drink, underage and things like that. That's kind of the messages you're talking about, right?
Yes, that's kind of the messages that we're talking about.
And I'm not sure if that number is accurate, but I pulled it out of the top of my head. You would probably know what the correct number is.
So yes, we do have, we do for the marijuana usage, a lot of, 1 out of 3 youth are not using marijuana.
Okay.
They're not, which is very good, and it's really promising.
Right.
So I'm really happy about that. So we do have images.
But it's reinforcing the positive, not the negative. Not telling us that 2 out of 3 kids are using. It's talking about the 1 out of 3 that are not which should be celebrated, which is what it's all about.
All about, yeah.
That's right. And so you get this data from a survey that the partnership, I know, is able to work with the schools to actually get the information from the kids that we're talking about, right, in these age groups.
So we had that through the Communities That Care survey, and we finished that survey last year. So 2 years ago. So this coming fall, we'll be back in the schools doing this survey also. So we're doing that every 2 years. And it's 1 year difference from the Youth Risk Resiliency Survey that's done by the state of New Mexico.
Got it. So between the 2 of those, that's where you get your data from for some of these different things. And so talk to me a little bit about then this. So this is one grant, and then of course the partnership has a number of grants that they work with. Is this the only one that you work with, Renea Begay, at the partnership, or are there other programs that you help out with as well?
This is the only grant I work with, but we have other grants in the office, and the other grant that I'm familiar with is the AmeriCorps grant.
Right, of course.
And we're also still recruiting. Douglas Joe is also recruiting for AmeriCorps as well.
Very good. He's been a guest here before, so I know folks can go online and look for that interview from not too long ago. I'm trying to remember when Douglas was here, but it wasn't too long ago, talking about the different opportunities with AmeriCorps. And so if there's still openings, those are some great opportunities, again, for that educational award, that folks can do some volunteer work here, but still earn that educational award at the end of their service.
Yes.
So good to know. Well, again, if you'd repeat the phone number and your email address, if folks would like to reach out to either join the coalition or if they're a family and maybe they feel that this grant opportunity might fit for them for strengthening families, what's the best way to reach you?
The best phone number is 505-566-5872, and my email address is begayr@sjcpartnership.org. So it'll be begayr@sjcpartnership.org.
There you go.
.com. No, yeah, .com.
.com or .org?
.com.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, Renee, thank you for coming in this morning and talking about this interesting grant that the partnership has been awarded again. And this goes for, is it a full year then?
So this is our second year out of the 5 years. Yes.
5 years. So you'll be doing this
until 2024.
Okay. And so you have the one session starting in September, and you want to start another one in January. I imagine you're going to be able to fit a few more than during 2021, correct?
Yes. So what we're planning on doing for Strengthening Family is our very first year, 1 cohort. The second year will be 2 cohorts. The third year will be 3, 4, and 5.
I got it. Building it that way.
Building it.
Very good. Well, terrific. Well, thank you for sharing the information with us this morning.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. That is Renee Begay. She is with the San Juan County Partnership, my guest here on KSJE. And I'll be back with more in just a moment, everybody. There's more coming up today. The time is 8:31.